pitches, and Mr. Goodrich has been doing his thing with Jeremy. They've straightened out his mechanics. He has really thrown the ball better over his last start and into his last bullpen session. And he's got to have control. He's got to have command of his fastball. That sets up the rest of the pitches mechanically. This will be his 11th start. He's gotten off to a disappointing start, but he's encouraged by the way the mechanics and the delivery has come together over the last couple of starts.
And against the Detroit Tigers, he has a 1-0 lifetime mark. Only faced them once. Game here in which he got the win. The 9-inning performance, giving up 5 runs. First time this year for Guthrie against the Tigers. And we are ready to go in game 3. Thomas is up, and it is taken for a strike. Clete Thomas back in the lineup. He is playing in right field. 2 hits in 5 at-bats so far in this series. Guthrie's delivery to him will be taken down low. Jeremy Guthrie will try and join the cast of starters who all of a sudden are pitching well deep into ball games.
Yeah, when you pitch well from the starting rotation, you look like a good ball club. No matter what you do besides that, you start well, and you're pitching late into the game. Jeremy's had a lot of trouble in the first 2 innings of the game. 19 runs that he's allowed have come in the first 2 innings this year.
Try and get that quick first inning would really help. And the pitch will be taken down low. He is going to work with Matt Wieters, of course, for the first time. Last outing against Toronto, previous 7, 6.26 ERA and 10 homers. The home runs have really been a factor in games for him. He is second high in the American League in homers surrendered with 11. And they have come at bad times in tight ball games for Jeremy Guthrie. 2-2 delivery on the way, and got him. Called strike 3 on Clete Thomas.
A good fastball. This is the command we're talking about. 4-seam fastball on the outside corner, and it travels right over the corner, and Wieters does a good job of receiving it. Watch how quiet his glove is when that ball touches the outside corner. Not much movement, and a good opportunity for the umpire, Dan Isonia, to check out that good fastball.
Now Polanco will stand in, and that is a strike. This Tiger team came to Camden Yards red hot. They are still the #1 team in their division, but the Oriole pitchers have shut them down in the first 2 games. Great jam shot right there. Brian Roberts. 2 down.
Pretty consistent defensively behind the pitchers. When you get a well-pitched start, you have a tendency to be on your toes. Good speed in the outfield. Raimo, Jones, and Markakis. Left side of the infield, Melvin Moore at third, Cesar Astures at shortstop, Brian Roberts, Aubrey Huff on the right side, and Matt Wieters starts for the 2nd consecutive night here.
And with 2 down, nobody on, here is Ordonez, who has been extending his hit streak in first at bats in the first 2 games of this series. Ordonez with a 15-game hit streak now, and the slider will be outside to him. So he's raised his average for the year to 275. 6 doubles, couple of homers. He is the designated hitter, batting third, and another one up the middle, and another base hit on a shattered bat. So again, in his first at bat, he continues the streak, and now it's up to 16 games.
5 hits in the series. The streak continues, but they've all been singles, and that's a good thing. Here, this bat just explodes in his hand. He gets jammed. The barrel goes out towards shortstop. Astures can't make the play on it. It sneaks through the infield.
And that will get Cabrera to the plate. Cabrera batting in the cleanup spot, their first baseman, with that big average. He was #1 in the majors. He is not any longer in batting average. He's had just 1 hit in 8 at bats in the series so far. Guthrie with a chance to get out of the inning if he can get him. 0-1. Ooh. You're not going to hit that. What a pitch.
Good sequence of pitches. The first pitch was a slider away. The second pitch was a fastball that really tied him up. Elevate the pitch now and you might get him. Just throw him a high fastball. He's in a swing mode here.
0-2 count. Ordonez off first base. Guthrie's slider will be away. Cabrera is now 3rd in the league in average. Kevin Youkilis has taken over the top spot, and Jason Bartlett of Tampa Bay is 2nd. Jones is 4th, right behind Cabrera. The Orioles' Adam Jones. 1-2 delivery, swung on and missed. Right back at him. good inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts for Guthrie. We'll take a look at the Orioles lineup when we come back. On a 5-game win streak. The last time they had won 6 in a row goes back to April of 08. They're trying to do that in this one. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Orioles, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Roberts, Jones, and Marquez, Huff, Mora, and Scott. Wieters, Reimold, and Astoris. Luke Scott sizzling at the plate.
Well, speaking of sizzling, let's take a look at the PNC scouting report for Justin Verlander. Fastball, curveball, changeup. He's got an explosive fastball, and he's kind of put the 2-seamer on the shelf, just trusting that 4-seam fastball. And he's been red hot in the month of May. 4-0 in the month of May after a sluggish start.
Brian Roberts will lead it off against him with a 6-game hit streak for Brian. Brian has never had a hit off Verlander. He is 0 for 9 against the Tigers right-hander. A really good matchup here in this ball game. You've got Verlander, as Buck said, who's just unhittable at the moment, and this Orioles offense, which is hitting anything and everything. That ball is popped up left field. Rayburn, he's got it. Roberts retired, 1 away.
Well, let's take a look at the Tigers defense. Ryan Rayburn gets a start in the left field tonight. Granderson and Thomas round out the outfield defense. Tremendous infield defense here in Detroit. Inge, Everett, Polanco, and Cabrera all doing a great job. And Dane Sardina catches tonight. He's the backup catcher for Gerald Laird, and he can really catch and throw.
So 1 quick out here for Verlander. Adam Jones will stand in. He too has a 6-game hit streak going. 3 for 8 in the series, and as we said, he is 4th in the American League in average coming into the ball game, batting at .360. Verlander and Guthrie both work quickly. 1-0 pitch, foul back into the screen.
Well, Verlander throwing 94 miles an hour to start the game, and you can see the starts this season. First 4 starts, he was 0-2 with a 9 ERA. Look what he's done in his last 6 starts. 5-0, ERA under 1. Opponents hitting .162 against him.
That one will be chopped to third base. It's going to be a tough play. Inge, big throw, nice play. Inge, who was one of the major moves defensively for Jimmy Leland's team in the offseason, from catcher to third.
It's really tightened up the left side of the infield. He jumps and has a cannon for an arm. He might be the best athlete on the Tigers team. He can catch, he can play center, and now at third base he's utilizing that strong arm.
Got him with time to spare. There is Inge. Loves being down there, and it's shown in his work at the plate too. Nick Marquez, 2 down, nobody on. Nick, a couple of hits and 12 at bats off Verlander, who gets it in there for a strike. Verlander has pitched well here at Camden Yards. It's his 4th start in this ballpark. He is 2-0 with a 1.64 ERA here. Markakis will foul it back. Part of Verlander's 3-0 record against the Orioles.
Yeah, man, you can see he's been 93, 94. That last pitch at 95. He can throw 98, but this is where he's most effective. In the low to mid 90s, not trying to muscle the ball, and so far he's in a great delivery here tonight.
0-2 count. Markakis on a heater. Way behind on that one, and Verlander starts it out, retiring the side in order. First inning here in Game 3 of the 4-game set. A chance to win $99 worth of American Classic scratch-off tickets from the Maryland Lottery for every Oriole home run hit tonight. You can have a chance too. You can enter by logging in at MASNsports.com. Good luck, Eva. Just a gorgeous night. Curtis Granderson will take the pitch inside for a ball. Granderson with a 3-game hit streak coming in, hitting .254. He's been hitting the long ball this year with 11 homers, but not lately. Jimmy Leland has him down in the order from the top of the order where he'd been hitting, trying to provide a little protection for Miguel Cabrera, who hits in front of him. That one hit in the air to right field. He hadn't hit one for a while, but goodbye home run. 12 home runs on the season. Granderson gets it, and a 1-0 Tiger lead.
Well, we've mentioned the home run had been a problem for Jeremy Guthrie, and that was just middle. A fastball that stayed out over the plate. Middle of the plate, middle thigh high, and he hit it over the scoreboard onto the flag court. 12 for Granderson.
And a 1-0 lead. Granderson is 12th in the league in home runs with a dozen. He got around on that one. And home run number 12 off Guthrie, with 7 of those having been hit by left-handers.
Well, the one thing that we have seen recently, especially in this ballpark, is the Orioles are going to score runs. Even against a tough guy like Vernon, they're going to figure out a way how to score some runs. So you just got to make sure you put that behind you and focus on Inge.
Inge, another home run hitter, as he came into the ball game tied for 9th. He's got 12 home runs as well. He shares the team lead now with Granderson after Granderson's homer. But Inge has not been getting the base hits. He's just trying to get himself out of an 0 for 12 funk that he is in right now. He's not had a hit in this series. 0 for 7. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Down to third and foul. It'll stay at 1-2.
A little out in front of that off-speed pitch. Take a look at the delivery for Jeremy Guthrie, as we've talked about his mechanics and how he's getting them sorted out. He gets that front foot down, pointed directly toward the hitter, and then out over that front foot. Good extension there, and finishes off the slider very effectively.
And he will fight that one off. Our Exmo brought to you by Famous Dave's. Come on into Famous Dave's for the best tasting, most award-winning ribs in America. Guthrie with a 1-2 on Inge and got him. Boy, that pitch, that is nasty. That's 3 strikeouts, and 2 of them have come on that pitch in that location.
Yeah, what he has done is he's really gotten this ball down and away, and that looks like a straight changeup. And you can see it's a little bit harder than you might expect, but because he sells it so well. Look at the grip on his fastball, and it's a changeup. He spreads the fingers out. That takes the velocity off the pitch.
1 down, 3 Ks. Inside corner fastball right there. This is Ryan Rayburn. He is making the start in left field in this ball game, hitting .244. It is the 20th game that he has appeared in. Only the 8th start, though, that Rayburn has had in left field. There's a lot of changes made by Jimmy Leland night to night right now in the outfield situation. 1-1 delivery.
Well, he's got a little versatility this year, something he hasn't had in the past. They don't have Marcus Timms right now, who's on a rehab assignment. No Gary Sheffield. So they can bring these young guys in. They're more athletic and a lot faster in the outfield.
Played in 153 Major League games, and he did go around on that. Sam Holbrook at first base. 153 Major League games prior to this season. He has not spent a whole year at the Major League level. Last year he got in 92 games with the Tigers, hit .236. And that's the most time he spent in any one year at the Major League level. 1 down, 2 ball, 2 strikeout. Rayburn will pop that one up and no play. It'll stay at 2-2. And there is Jimmy Leland, whose ball club is 26-21, still with a 3.5 game lead in the division. 2-2 delivery, and there it is again. 4 strikeouts for Guthrie.
And he gets this fastball down in the zone. It's another changeup, but actually it's not as soft as it normally is, but you can see how effective it is. Great arm action on this changeup, and that's a valuable pitch. Boy, when you can strike out people with your changeup, that really gives you a lot of confidence, because it tells you as a pitcher that you're doing everything right with your delivery.
It's a great pitch. Unhittable. Adam Everett. Guthrie's had as many as 8 strikeouts this season. That came against the Yankees 5 starts ago here at Camden Yards. And now he's got 4 in the ball game. We're in the 2nd inning. Everett, the shortstop, will foul that one back. Everett added to this Detroit team in the offseason to take the job at short. Jimmy Leland went to him in spring training on the first day and said, "Can you play short? If you can't, I can go get Luis Aparicio, but he's 84 and it might be hard for him to come out of retirement. So until then, you're it." And he walked away. Ground ball to short as Torres has got it. Close play and gets the out. The home run by Curtis Granderson puts Detroit on the board with an early 1-0 lead.
This win streak has begun and ended with starting pitching. on the mound, we've got guys that are throwing strikes. They're getting in a good rhythm. They're not walking guys. They're attacking the zone, and it keeps our defense, on our toes. And at the same time, we get outs. The game goes faster. We get, there's less time between our at bats. The game is in a better rhythm for us offensively, and it's just a trickle down effect from that.
And that's what he's talking about, Gary. That's how the hitting happens.
Well, the Orioles, if they could find a way to do that against Verlander, as they've done against other pitchers during this 5-game win streak, then you can really know it's for real, because Verlander's as tough as they are right now.
Yeah, he sure is, Gary. And we mentioned the hot month of May. Verlander has been statistically the best pitcher in baseball in May. ERA 102, opponent's batting average 142. He's got 51 strikeouts, second only to Jake Peavy's 52.
Aubrey Huff gets a base hit to lead it off. Melvin Mora will foul it away. Huff had not had a hit in 10 at-bats against Verlander prior to that single. Now Melvin Mora will try and keep it going. Mora's got a 4-game hit streak coming in. He's only 1 for 8 lifetime off Verlander. Looking down to third to Juan Samuel. This is one of those where Dave Tremblay likes to use the hit and run sometimes, and they got crossed up the other night when Huff thought there was one and Mora didn't, and Huff got caught in the middle. So this time they both took extra time watching Juan Samuel to make sure they had the sign.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than miscommunication, because you really feel like you let your teammates down. If a batter's swinging at a borderline pitch and the runner's not running, then you've just cost him a strike.
And Huff ended up being out of there. 1-1, runner not going. Melvin Mora trying to wind up on it, fouls it back, and a 1-ball 2-strike count on Mora.
The one thing that's encouraging about the Orioles attack right now is there's not one single guy that you have to lean on offensively. There's balance up and down the order, and everybody, as you mentioned, Gary, on a little bit of a hit streak right now.
1-2 count. Huff not going. Hit in the air, right field. Clayton Thomas moves in. He's got it. Mora is retired, and Luke Scott will get himself a greeting. As Scott stands in, you look at the numbers that he has put up against the Detroit Tigers. A .581 career average, 9 home runs and 19 RBIs in just 9 games. And he's 2 for 6 lifetime off Verlander.
He's hitting every game he's played against the Tigers. It's remarkable that he's had that hot streak, and obviously the 2 home runs in each of the last 3 games against the Tigers is record time. It's only happened 4 times in baseball.
He's .536 against the Tigers and .255 against the rest of Major League Baseball. He's had 7 home runs against the Tigers and 24 against everybody else. 1-0 delivery on the way. Verlander stays away. That'll be behind him. 2-0.
I mentioned this graphic to Luke Scott, and he says, well, who are the guys on the list? I said, how about Harmon Killebrew? He goes, oh, that's good. Gene Oliver, Sammy Sosa, 99, and now Luke Scott.
Pretty good company. Luke Scott takes that one to left center field. Rayburn is there. He's got it. Verlander gets the out, and there are 2 down.
When you have a red hot hitter like Luke Scott, you really kind of go over him and develop a game plan. Fastball off the plate, ball 1. Ball 2 with another fastball. There's that ball that beats him a little bit. Watch where he makes contact with it. It's going to be back over the plate. Didn't get the extension we've seen over the last several days when he hits those balls out of the park.
Matt Waiters gets the hand, a switch hitting catcher who will bat left-handed here against Verlander. Verlander's fastball is in there for a strike. Matt with an 0 for 4 in his major league debut. Flied out, grounded out twice, and was called out on strikes in his last at bat. At first base, Aubrey Huff 0-1. Waiters late on a fastball, 0-2.
Interesting, Verlander has tuned it up a notch to the rookie. Best 2 fastballs of the night, 98 miles an hour, right by Matt Waiters.
Just want to remind you where you are. 0-2. And Waiters will foul that one away. Stay 0-2.
Last night in his debut, Matt Waiters was 0 for 4. Here he gets jammed as that ball's just a bit inside, flies to right field. Then the ball's off the end of the bat. That was a ground ball out. Here, another ball just off the end of the bat. Might have been a little bit anxious, and finally he gets caught looking at a high fastball.
Slider will be taken inside, 1-2. Brad Bergeson, who had the win last night, is 23. Wieters is 23. The last time the Orioles had a starting win from a pitcher and catcher of that age, he had to go back to 67. Bill Dillman was 22 and Andy Etchebarren 23, the catcher. That one's going to get away, and Huff's going to go down to second base. That ball had so much movement on it, they couldn't stop it. You see what they call it. It looked like it was blockable, but it probably is a wild pitch.
Yeah, I think so. It's a breaking ball that gets away from Sardina. He throws it so hard and has such a big wide break on it. I think it probably will be a wild pitch. You can see it just ate him up. He never got his glove down in time because it was so hard.
Third wild pitch of the season puts a runner in scoring position for Wieters with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. And Wieters will just get enough of that to foul it back. And you're right, Buck. Verlander is rearing back. This is like the 9th inning, trying to get the final out.
Yeah, all of these fastballs have been 98 miles an hour, and it's the first time in any at bats tonight he's cranked it up that hard.
Huff off second base, and Wieters will go down swinging. So Verlander gets the strikeout, his second. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base after 2. Tigers up. For the Orioles, Jeremy Guthrie, who's been asked to hold the fort as the ace of this ball club while the younger pitchers were developing, now wants to be part not just of the staff but of a revitalized staff. And he comes in with a 4-4 record, 21-21 in his career, and the home run picked up by Granderson, one that has put the Tigers up in the ball game. We go to the 3rd inning. Sardina, Dane Sardina, the catcher, will take it for a strike. His first appearance in the 3 games here in this series. Working behind the plate in the ball game, Sardina was called up from the minors on April 25. Swung on and missed. Guthrie had him fooled badly. Sardina had to come up because they lost Matt Traynor, their second catcher, who was acquired in the offseason. Actually, both he and Gerald Laird, the 2 catchers, are new to the Tigers. 0-2 delivery on the way and got him to chase one a little further, and Guthrie's got 5 strikeouts.
This is a slider that he gets off the plate with 2 strikes. You can see the break takes it out of the strike zone, down and away, but Sardina trying to protect with 2 strikes, swings and misses.
Here's Thomas, top of the order, called out on strikes, his first time out. He'll take one in the air to center field and deep. Going back, Jones, warning track, wall, and goodbye, home run. Thomas delivers the long ball, his second of the year in the leadoff spot, and a 2-0 Tiger lead.
Well, Clayton Thomas gets that high fastball right at the top of the strike zone, stays on it, hits it to the power alley in left center into the bullpen. Second home run allowed by Jeremy Guthrie tonight, and it's 2-0 Detroit.
That ball down the right side, and that is going to be a foul ball, not playable, off the bat of Polanco. So there's Thomas, the leadoff batter. 2 home runs on the season for him now. And Jeremy Guthrie, this is kind of what Jeremy's, not just this season, but his career has looked like. Played by Roberts. Great outs with home runs interspersed. Tomorrow, the Orioles wrap up their homestand, a 1:35 afternoon game against the Tigers, and your chance to see the new Look O's before they head out west. Tickets start as low as $9. Gather up the family, friends, and have a great afternoon at the ballpark. 888-848-BIRD or go to Orioles.com. Maglio Ordonez will fight that one away. 2 down, nobody on. Oh, 0-1 sliders outside. Guthrie has given up as many as 3 home runs in a ball game. The Yankees got the 3 homers in a game. That was 2 starts ago. He had given up 2 homers in 2 other ball games. Of the starts he's made this season, only in 3 of the 10 starts has he had games without surrendering at least 1. And there's that good slider again on the outside corner. 2-2.
Yeah, he's had that command all night long with the slider, just as though every once in a while a fastball will get away from him.
And Ordonez goes. 6 strikeouts. Home run by Thomas. And the Tigers, on a couple of homers, have the 2-0 lead. Next trip at Southwest.com. By PNC. PNC leading the way. And by Corona and Corona Light. Official sponsors of the timeout. Relax responsibly. And even though the Tigers have the 2-0 lead in this ballgame, the beauty of being Jeremy Guthrie is the fact that the other 8 guys are hitting the ball pretty hard.
Well, they sure are. I think the big thing about it is Guthrie's made some quality pitches with his slider tonight. And now the hitters have to figure out how they can get to Justin Verlander. We mentioned Verlander. For the month of May, he's allowed a .241 batting average. I mean, he's not giving up much of anything. And he's got that great hook that he's used all the time. Very, very simple approach. Fastball, curveball, changeup. And he's really simplified his approach and maybe had an impact in a start by Zach Greinke. He saw Zach Greinke pitch in Kansas City and thought, man, I've got stuff like that. How come I can't be that dominant? And after he had a conversation with Zach Greinke, he went on this latest tear, 5 great games and a 4-0 record.
And the one thing that has happened, and Verlander and Greinke do that in common, is that they give you very little time to get set. They throw so many strikes that when you step in and they work so quickly that the game can suddenly get sped up if you're the hitter, and you don't really ever feel as though you're comfortable and ready to take an at-bat.
No, and it really sends a positive message from the mound because it looks like he believes he's going to get you out as quickly as he's working. He wants the ball, he wants a sign, and he's striking and firing.
That one will go to Polanco at second base and get the out. Sometimes what you have to do against a pitcher like this is step out almost after every pitch and try and slow him down if the home plate umpire will let you do it.
Yeah, especially the way he's throwing right now because he is throwing so hard. And it was interesting how he turned it up a notch when he had Matt Wieters at the plate. He was cruising around 94, 95 miles an hour. Matt Wieters stepped in. He threw him 3 fastballs in the at-bat that were 98. Best fastballs of the night. Just kind of send a message to the rookie. You know what? I was Rookie of the Year once. I got you something for you right now, and here's that fastball. He just couldn't catch up to it.
Torres, another hot bat in this lineup. Torres has got a 4-game hit streak going, 3 for 7 in the series, and Verlander he's just on. I mean, he's just rearing back and bringing heat, and then throwing that nasty yacker, which will have hitters up on their front foot waiting for it. The delivery to his Torres. That pitch is inside. Dan Iasonia, who's the home plate umpire, give him early credit. When you're umpiring a game like this where these two pitchers are rocking and rolling and throwing strikes, you have really got to stay focused in the ball game. 1-2 deliveries foul back, and these pitchers are so close even when he misses that the umpire behind the plate, that's a tough night. It's tougher than working a plate where you got guys who are just all over the place. 1-2, 1 down is Torres. Breaking ball. He was out in front of it, fouled it off, and it'll stay at 1-2.
And sometimes when you get pitchers like this, you get into a groove where you're thinking strike because they are around the plate so often, and that's a good thing for pitchers. Batters, on the other hand, will recognize, hey, they're all throwing strikes, so I've got to get it ready.
1-ball, 2-strike delivery. As Torres stays off the fastball that is up high. What a pleasant surprise as Torres has been at the plate. His play in the field has gotten better with each game as expected, but at the plate he's producing more than expected. That'll be hauled in by Cabrera. Little soft line drive. Tonight's leaderboard is presented by Firestone, a tradition of innovation.
When we talk about Major League strikeout leaders tonight, Justin Verlander has surpassed Johan Santana. 87-86. Then there's the Giant Cy Young Award winner Tim Lincecum. Jake Peavy's had a great start to his season, and there's Kansas City Zach Greinke with 81.
Brian Roberts, 2 down, nobody on. Roberts flied to left field his first time up, and he will take a pitch for a strike. That's something else you try and do, is maybe take a pitch or two, but it's awful hard with Verlander because you figure every one you take is going to be a strike. His 87 strikeouts on the season, as you saw, number 1. Inside and a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Roberts. Brian now 0 for 10, lifetime off Verlander. Comes in hitting .305 in this at bat. Little breaking ball that goes off the glove and trickles away. 2-1.
Verlander's from Virginia, and he went to Old Dominion, and he's got a lot of family and friends here tonight. And it was interesting how well he kept his emotions in check, not trying to do too much. Really got a good delivery working tonight.
Fouled away. Opponents hitting .215 off him. That is the 6th lowest average in the league. The left-handers at .237 and right-handers .184 we talked about. Oh boy, it is mean business out there. The one place he's had some troubles on the road. He's 2-2 on the road, and his ERA is 5.17. 2-2 delivery hit in the air to left field, not deep. Rayburn coming, and we'll get it. And a 1-2-3 inning for Verlander. Orioles down. We've completed 3 at Camden Yards. Tigers lead it 2-0. Granderson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your next trip at southwest.com. And by Acura Advance. The Railroad Museum, located about 8 blocks away from Camden Yards. And the young man who's going to be a conductor someday, discovering the magic of the train land. Great crowd on hand here tonight. And so far, a pitching duel with Guthrie and Verlander as we go to the 4th inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 0-1-0 for the Orioles. And a shattered bat, foul ball into the seats down the right side. Cabrera just kind of standing there looking at what was left in his hand, which wasn't much.
Yeah, these bats continue to shatter, and that was a concern in the offseason. They did a study, tried to make some adjustments on the manufacturing of the bats, but that barrel went all the way out to shortstop. They put a little stickum on the new barrel, on the new handle of that bat. They tried to move the label to make the label go across the grain. It doesn't seem as though anything's working. If a guy makes a good pitch on it, these maple bats are just exploding.
1 ball, 1 strike count on Miguel Cabrera. Cleanup batter, first base for the Tigers. Fouled away. The radio voice, Jim Price of the Detroit Tigers. Uncle Jim, as he's known around the broadcast business, wanted us to send out best wishes to the Wolf family. Brandon, Kelly, Raylan, and Chris in Lutherville. So hello from Jim Price, who's working the game for the Detroit Tigers. 1-2 delivery outside. Al Kaline was here, worked a couple games. What a great treat to see him. Al was showing us last night out the window of the press room where he was born. It's just a few blocks away. 2-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. Tag to be sure. Cabrera goes down swinging. 7 strikeouts for Guthrie.
Another good slider from Jeremy Guthrie. That's been his bread and butter pitch tonight, but it was set up by a fastball earlier in the at bat. This is a strike the ball breaking ball that Matt Wieters gets out of the dirt. Wieters stays down, shifts to his right, gloves it, and then pops up to his feet, tags Cabrera out for the out.
Granderson will take the breaking ball inside. He delivered his 12th home run in the 2nd inning. Now 3 for 6, lifetime off Jeremy Guthrie. He's got a 4-game hit streak going. Granderson, that is in there for a strike. There are the 8 we talked about against the Yankees. He's just 1 shy of that right now. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Granderson a fastball as they change up on the rotation of pitches being thrown here. 1 and 2.
Yeah, the sequence is very good. Slider, curveball, fastball, and he's out in front 1 and 2.
Here's the 1-2 to Curtis Granderson. That's going to be a base hit. So Granderson is 2 for 2 in the ball game as he gets a 1-out single here in the 4th inning. That'll be the 4th hit for the Tigers. 2 homers, 2 singles.
That was a changeup, and Jeremy Guthrie utilizing this hesitation. We'll see it from time to time where he will pause right there when he comes to the top of his delivery. But that changeup, that one was a little bit harder, and you can see him pound his glove in frustration as he hit Granderson that 2-strike base hit.
Brandon Inge, he will take it for a strike. 1 away. Inge struck out his first time up. 0 for 8 in the series. 0 for his last 13 overall. Granderson, good speed at first. Breaking ball. He went around on it again, and the count goes to 0-2. And Inge decides he's better step out here and take a moment. He didn't exactly have a couple of good swings right there.
Now you need to change the rhythm of that.
Inge 1 for 4 off Guthrie lifetime, and he loops it into right field for a base hit. Granderson's going over to third base, and they will hold him there. It'll be a stand-up double for Inge. And boy, that's just taking a pitch and trying to put the bat on it, and he did, and he gets a double out of it.
2-strike approach, just protect the strike zone. His 6th double of the season. Watch where this pitch is. It's a little bit up, so he can just flip the head of the bat at the ball and hit it over Aubrey Huff's head down in the corner in right field. That's a much more difficult pitch if it's down, where you really have to extend for it, and that ball was elevated up out over the plate.
So now, with only 1 away, 2 in scoring position, Rayburn will foul it back. Ryan Rayburn, who is making the start in left field in the ball game, batting .238. He's got 3 homers and 11 RBIs. And Rayburn's got a big at bat going right here. Base hit will get a couple of runs in easily. He will foul that one away, and Guthrie gets ahead on the count. 2 strikes.
He struck him out on a changeup in his first at bat. A very good changeup down in the zone with a lot of sink on it. Guthrie, as we've mentioned, has had good mechanics all afternoon. This is a 4-seam fastball, and Rayburn was late on it.
Rayburn 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Not a lot of chances, but of the 3 hits he's had, 2 of them have been home runs. And right here, he's got Granderson on at third base and Inge on at second. One-two delivery. No play.
In this situation, when you see the infield back, you might think, well, why are they playing the infield back? A ground ball will allow them to score a run. Well, it's early in the game. Now, if you pull the infield in, you improve the chances of Rayburn hitting a ground ball through the infield, and that would lead to 2. So you just hope Jeremy Guthrie can strike him out or get him to pop up to keep those base runners in place.
1-2 count. Rayburn will take it inside. The Orioles have here at home been averaging 7 runs a ball game in the last 9 games they have played here. The Orioles have won 9 of their last 12 here at Camden Yards. So what Buck's talking about, you figure, look, even if it is Verlander, we got some room here to get some runs. That one to center field. Jones coming, will not have a play. Base hit, 1 run in. He'll hold the second. Inge at third. Rayburn gets the RBI single. Granderson scores on a 3-0 Tiger lead.
Well, they haven't hit the ball that hard this inning, but their placement's been exceptional. Granderson singled with 2 strikes to center, and then Inge hit a double. And you can see that Rayburn gets jammed, but flares it into center field. That's the 2-strike approach. It proves to be effective for the RBI.
A pretty good piece of hitting here in this inning by both Inge and by Rayburn to get on base. Now first and third, 1 away, and Adam Everett up. He grounded out his first time up. Guthrie will make the soft toss over to get Rayburn back to the bag.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, just to see if the Tigers will tip their hand. This is a good opportunity for them to play push bunt, not a safety squeeze, not a squeeze play, just to get that additional run.
Rayburn at first, and the pitch is a strike. Rayburn's got 12 RBIs. Also has a stolen base. Everett looking down to third to Gene Lamont, to coach. See if anything's on here.
Excellent base runners at third and first. Inge is a tremendous instinctive base runner, and Rayburn's got good speed at first.
Everett hitting at 286. 0-1 delivery to him will be foul back. Adam Everett brought in to shore up the defense on this Tiger team, which last year did not do well defensively, and they went from trying to score 1,000 runs in a year to trying to prevent runs and pitch better. A different philosophy, figuring they still had the offense. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Everett will take the fastball, and did it hit him? Yes, it did. Caught him on the arm, so Guthrie hits Everett. He'll be looked at. Is that one hurt?
Well, and Everett's been dealing with injuries the last few years. This fastball runs inside. Looks like it caught him right on the fat pad of that left hand. Kevin Rand is out to check it out, and Rick Kranitz is going to go check out his pitcher.
The 5th hit batter of the year by Guthrie. And now the bases are loaded. We'll see whether Everett stays in the ball game or not. Looks like he will. So a key moment in this game here in the 4th inning, with the Tigers already leading 3-0. The Sox full and 1 away. Bear in mind, as we mentioned last night, Wieters is calling the ball game. Now, he sat down with Guthrie before, so he knows what Jeremy wants. But there are no signs coming from the dugout on what pitches to be thrown. in the course of the game.
Now, you leave it to your pitcher and catcher. Catcher will make suggestions. Pitcher will confirm that. And they sit down and go over the entire lineup and put together a game plan. This is actually the third game that Wieters has watched these Tiger hitters.
So the bases are loaded. One down. Dane Sardina, the catcher. And the pitch is outside for a ball. Sardina, the number 9 hitter, a strikeout victim, his first time up. As you can see, virtually no numbers. He's played in only 8 games now and only 22 at bats. Sardina down to third and just missed. Oh, is that close to going over the bag?
He got the inside fastball and he was looking for it and he just pulled it foul. It hits in fair territory, but the second bounce is clearly wide of the bag at third base. There, about 6 inches outside the foul line.
Sardina came up from the Toledo Mud Hens on the 25th of April. He went 3 for 13 in the 5 games he had played there. Swung on and missed on that slider. Now this is a guy you really want to strike out.
Yeah, this is a guy you need right here. Sardina is struggling at the plate. And you got to make sure you make another good pitch, and it might be time to go right back to that slider.
Jeremy Guthrie with the bases loaded. 1-2, 1 away. Sardina down to third again. We showed you Guthrie's season high of 8 strikeouts against the Yankees. His career high is 10. That came against Washington back in 07, May of 07. Right now his concern is keeping the score right where it's at, with the Tigers leading 3-0 with all the bases full. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Sardina takes it outside. Didn't bite at it that time. 2-2.
Now the infield is at double play depth, obviously, and they would love to have a ground ball to work with here.
Guthrie ready with a 2-2 delivery. Again got jammed. Sardina's fighting off some tough pitches. Keep the at bat alive.
Verlander sitting in the dugout, and the ball bounced around where he was sitting.
Hoping for some help here. See the divergence in pitches thrown. That one down the line. He has got another foul ball. Whoa. You usually don't get 2 real close plays like that in one at bat.
Again, making a bid for a double down a left field line. It's about a foot foul this time. Sardina fighting off that inside pitch. He's awfully quick on the inner part of the plate. I know they've been trying to get the ball away from him and haven't been able to do it.
It remains a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Larry Vanover right on the call at third. Right on the line, the crew chief. Dane Sardina battling Guthrie. 2-2 delivery. Got him on the outside corner. Equaling a season high 8 strikeouts. Guthrie got a big one.
Boy, he sure did. This is a good fastball on the outside corner, and Sardina can't pull the trigger. This is that side of the plate that Jeremy is so good on. The glove side fastball extending, foot down straight at the target, and he delivers over that front side and really extends through his delivery for a big strikeout.
Now Cleat Thomas. Thomas delivered a home run in the 3rd inning, and he is struck out. Tigers have had homers by Granderson and Thomas and an RBI single in this inning by Rayburn. They've got the bases loaded now. There are 2 away. Thomas will take it down low for a ball. Thomas 5 for 15 with runners in scoring position and the limited chances he's had. Getting the start in right field for the Tigers tonight. 1-1. Swings through it. 1-2.
And there are times when you need a little extra on your fastball, and that was a good fastball there from Guthrie. One-two
delivery. Thomas will take it inside. Wieters the stop. and it will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. These have been hard innings to start the ball game for Jeremy Guthrie. Not just a lot of pitches, but tough pitches. And as the Tigers have worked the counts deep and have had runners on base.
Yeah, every pitch is an important pitch, and when you're grinding like that, it takes a toll. It's about worth a pitch and a half compared to a normal outing.
2 ball, 2 strike count, bases loaded, 2 down. Thomas fouls it off down the left side. Some real battles early on in this ball game against this Tiger ball club. For Guthrie, he hasn't walked anybody. Has the 8 Ks. 2-2 delivery. Another one foul. Stays at 2-2. Tigers offense is 9th in average and 8th in runs coming in. Also 8th in home runs. And Guthrie will step off. Thomas will step out.
Yeah, you can see Jeremy shook off one pitch, then got it one he liked, and then thought about it and wanted to look at another sign.
2-2 delivery. Thomas takes it. Slider inside, just miss.
That's a pretty good pitch. It looked like it might have caught part of the strike zone. Take a look at it. Nope, indeed, out of the strike zone. It's been a good pitch, and Iasonia has been consistent calling that pitch inside.
3-2. 2 down. Inge, Rayburn, Everett are the base runners. The leadoff batter, Clete Thomas. 3-2 delivery. Got him on a strike 3 call. 9 strikeouts for Guthrie, a season high. Tigers will get a run, but they leave the bases. Game. We hope you'll go online and vote your favorite O's at Orioles.com. Vote orange, save green. By voting for the Birds the maximum 25 times, you'll receive a free upper reserve seat to any non-prime O's game after the All-Star break. So vote early, vote often. Details Orioles.com/vote orange. Tigers have the 3-0 lead in the ball game. Justin Verlander given up just 1 hit so far. Jones will take the strike. Jones, Markakis, and Huff here in the 4th inning. A single by Aubrey Huff leading off the 2nd. That's all the Orioles have had through the first 3 off Verlander. Jones on the off-speed breaking ball, quickly 0-2. Tigers starters have the best ERA in the American League, 3.93. In fact, the Detroit starting staff is the only starting staff that's under 4 in earned run average. Chased one upstairs, popped that one up. Catcher Gardenia. He's got it. Jones is retired and one away.
Starter ERA team leaders Gary was talking about. Detroit, we have heard so much about Kansas City. They have slipped to third behind the Angels. Seattle's getting some good starting pitching, as is Toronto. But it's all about Detroit. Verlander, Edwin Jackson has pitched very well. Dontrell Willis has had a couple of good starts. Edwin Jackson, boy, that's a pretty good arm to put into this rotation from Tampa Bay.
Nick Markakis up. One down, nobody on. Strikeout victim his first time up. Not the interesting thing about that, Buck, is while the Tigers are first in ERA in starters, when it comes to inning pitched by starters, they're in the middle of the pack. 0-1 delivery. That's kind of a reverse of what you normally see. Generally, starters with good ERAs are eating up some innings.
Yeah, and I think it's just the ability of Jim Leyland to go into that bullpen with the good arms and a healthy bullpen again. Got Samaya back, Rodney back. They've added Brandon Lyon. They've got a couple of good left-handers down there with Bobby Say and Nate Robertson. So I think they've got some balance down there they've not had for the last few years. And they've got the youngster Ryan Perry as well.
2-1 delivery. Markakis is going to get one down the line. Rolling into the corner. Rayburn over to get it. Markakis on his way to second base. Rayburn fell down, but he's got the ball and gets it back in. So a double for Markakis. The Orioles with their second hit.
A good piece of hitting by Nick Markakis as he stays on that outside pitch. Watch the balance at the plate. There's the stride. That pitch is down and away. And he gets to it easily. Rayburn comes over and plays it off the wall and then gets the spike stuck in that rubberized warning track. Foot's down. Look at the balance. It doesn't take exceptional effort for him to get to that outside pitch because he is so balanced at the plate.
Markakis now tied for 6th in the league in doubles. Aubrey Huff has the other hit, a single. So Huff will get the RBI chance as the Orioles get a runner to second base for only the second time in the ball game off Verlander. Aubrey Huff with a hit, now 1 for 11 lifetime off Justin Verlander. 0-1 delivery. That's called eating up a hitter. 0-2.
It's all guessing. Guessing fastball, getting curveball. Aubrey Huff said, okay, just throw me a good fastball. I'm going to get another one. And he swings before he sees it. And then went, nope, that's not a fastball.
Now down on the count 0-2. Huff will try and protect. Markakis being held close to second by Everett, the shortstop. Aubrey Huff becomes strikeout victim number 3, and there are 2 down. The Orioles offense right now is being shut down. Right now has the best batting average against righties in the American League. The Orioles have the best home average at .307. With runners in scoring position, they are number 1. And the fewest batting strikeouts. They are number 1 in that department as well. That's a big wow.
Yeah, it sure is. Dave Tremblay's hitters really do a good job of battling during at bats. They never concede. They never give up. And if you don't think that, look back to Wednesday when they were down by 5 runs to Roy Halladay and the Blue Jays and dropped the 5 spot on the Blue Jay bullpen to tie it up and win that one in extra innings.
Verlander trying to shut all that down. And it is up high. Runner at second, 2 away. Mora flied to right. 1-1 count. Verlander, 26 years old. Melvin Mora against him. 1 for 9. There'll be no play on that into the seats. 1-2.
Well, you'd love to see Melvin Mora get a 2-out hit here and knock in Nick Markakis and then get Babe Scott up. Get Luke Scott to the plate.
No, Babe was right. You were right the first time. 1-2. You see Melvin Mora standing out a bit. Just trying to take a little time here and slow down Verlander. 1-2 delivery. Ooh, gets away. Runner will go to third. Markakis will move up.
It's just a fastball that goes off the glove of Sardina. It just wasn't quick in reacting. Tough pitch when you're thinking down and away, and that is up about shoulder high inside.
One more like that, and Marquez might be able to come around. Pass ball. Now Mora with 2 away, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Full windup. Breaking ball outside, and Mora's taking it full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 delivery, and Moore is on with a walk. And Babe Scott will get up.
Luke's an excellent student. We all know that he takes a lot of notes, writes down his at-bats, and in the first at-bat, they worked him away, got him to fly out to left field. So he'll take his strengths and marry it with the strengths of the pitcher and try to come up with a good game plan.
Another incredible number for him. With 2 outs and runners in scoring position, his batting average is .545. It is number 1 in the majors. He will take the pitch up high for a ball. Scott's got the best batting average over the last 10 days. And as a designated hitter, he ranks 5th in average, 1st in home runs, and 2nd in RBIs for DHs in the American League. 1-0 count. 2 down. Takes it. And it's a 2-0 count.
Now, Luke, you're the rank Gary was talking about. First, tied for first with 10 home runs, tied for second with 26 RBIs, and he's 5th with that .333 average. And he's got some checkpoints when he's at the plate. He wanted to make sure he doesn't fly out with that front side elbow.
The delivery to Scott. Trying to tie it up on that cut.
That's the kind of swing you want to take, 2-0. You don't go half step in there against Verlander. Get your pitch, take a good cut out.
Verlander has given up 3 homers, all to left-handers. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Marquez on at third. Moore is on at first. 2 down. Popped him up. There'll be no play into the seats. 2-2.
And messing with that elbow, always trying to keep that elbow in tight to his body. That'll keep his hands quick. He doesn't want that elbow to fly away from his body. That'll create a kind of circular path for the bat. You want the direct path from the barrel of the bat to the baseball, and that's why you keep that elbow close to your body.
2 ball, 2 strike count, 2 down. Scott waiting. Fly ball, center field. Granderson. And Verlander gets out of it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 are left on base. Tigers still lead it 3-0.
Sardina chases a slider. Ordonez chases a slider. Cabrera for a second time chased the slider. Sardina's caught looking at a fastball, and Clete Thomas goes down looking at that slider.
AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. And a strike taken. Guthrie back to work. Placido Polanco has grounded out twice to second base in the ballgame. This time, Melvin Mora gets a shot. Leadoff man retired in the 5th inning, and let's check in with Amber.
Well, Gary, the All-Star game is July 14th of this year in St. Louis, and according to some early voting results, it looks like 2 Orioles could be close to going, but they're going to need your help. Nick Markakis right now, as far as outfielders in the American League, is coming in 5th in the voting, and Brian Roberts for second baseman is coming in 5th. Remember, Nick only has to be 3rd to make the All-Star game as an outfielder, so go to Orioles.com and vote for your favorite Orioles. Gary?
There you see the voting, Amber, with Kinsler, Pedroia, Hill, Cano, and Brian Roberts. Nagli Ordonez fouls it back.
Certainly there are 3 Orioles worthy of an all-star appearance in my estimation. Brian Roberts, Nick Markakis, and Adam Jones. So make sure you get out there and vote.
Adam Jones will be kind of overlooked because around the game, name just hasn't been around long enough, and the Orioles, when you lose him, you don't get all that kind of notice. It's getting noticed now. That's going to be into right field for a base hit. Ordonez thinking about 2. He's going to go. Here's the throw, Markakis. Not in time. And Ordonez has got a double. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game and 6 for 11 in the series.
First extra base hit for Ordonez, and this is by far the best ball he's hit in this series. He does a great job of staying on that outside pitch. Nick was hopeful of getting a carom off that ball, but it just kind of stayed on the warning track, and he didn't have much of a chance to throw out Ordonez.
Where Ordonez loves hitting in this ballpark. He came in with a .340 average here at Camden Yards, and he's 2 for 3 in this one. Now Cabrera. 1 down, runner at second base. Cabrera has struck out twice in the ballgame. .26 strikeouts, 18 walks on the year for him. Down to 3rd and foul.
Jeremy's made some great pitches on Cabrera. That inside fastball has really created all kinds of problems for the Tigers cleanup hitter. Those are 2 of the best fastballs he's thrown all night, with great movement and good location.
Cabrera batting at .359. Ordonez on at second base. That one got away and will miss up high. 1 and 2.
Yeah, they were trying to elevate that fastball away, but it was much too high to get Cabrera to chase.
He'll take the slider away. Evens up the count at 2 and 2.
When you talk about some good hitters against right-handed pitchers, Evan Longoria, Jason Bay, and there's Cabrera, 3rd with 33 RBIs against righties.
Ahead of even Albert Pujols in that department. Fouled away. The count remains at 2 and 2. The big house on hand here. Camden Yards on this Saturday night. And some real good baseball being played as the Orioles looking to win their 6th in a row against a division leading Tiger team. 2-2 delivery, and that is inside, and the count is full. 3 and 2. Cabrera 400 with runners in scoring position coming into this ball game, and he's got one out there at second base right now. That's the 4th highest number. Down low, and he'll draw a walk. 2 walks surrendered by, or 1 walk surrendered. Guthrie giving it up right here. Well, they stay in baseball history. If you look at 30th of May, 1 leaving and 1 beginning. Babe Ruth on this date in 1935 played in his final major league game as a Boston Brave against Philadelphia. And Cal Ripken Jr. in '82 began the consecutive game streak that would best ultimately the Babe's teammate Lou Gehrig. Both occurring on this date.
I was at the ballpark in Memorial Stadium when that streak began, playing for the Blue Jays, and I figured it'd probably last 2,131 games right then.
I remember
night.
You said that
yeah.
that night. 1-0 delivery is swung on and fouled off 1-1.
Just looked like he was built for the long haul, you know, Gary.
Yep. You saw him. You saw him go down to first. I remember that one play. Trotted down to first. You were looking at him. You say, you know something?
He's probably going to play a lot.
He's going to break Garrett's record, consecutive games. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that one to left field. Reimold going over. Runners halfway will stay. There's a big out. Granderson retired, now 2 for 3 after he had homered and singled.
Well, Jeremy's shown some real good pitches here tonight, and you know, before too long, it's all going to come together for him. And I think that the focus has been real good, and he's gotten himself out of some tough situations. And he's not out of the woods yet with Brandon Inge stepping in, but he's got to make sure that he continues to make those quality pitches. As you look at Mark Hendrickson loosening up down in the Orioles bullpen.
Brandon Inge, a towering pop-up behind second base. As Torres comes over and puts it away. Good job by Guthrie. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. Tigers.
Consecutive games, and the Orioles have had 2 hitters achieve that feat this week alone. Nolan Reimold 3 consecutive games. Luke Scott has a current 3-game hitting streak going. Melvin Morrow was the only Oriole to achieve it all of last year. And if you're curious, Reggie Jackson holds the club record in his only season with the Orioles in 1976. Reggie Jackson hit home runs in 6 consecutive games. So Luke Scott, Gary, still has a chance to make a run at Reggie.
Not a bad name to be associated with, Jim, and the way they've been tearing the ball up. Maybe. Guthrie's got to have pumped up the hitters a little bit as he's been able to come through with some big outs. But getting to Verlander is the issue now, as he has been not only effective but efficient. Matt Wieters will lead it off. Reimold and then is Torres to follow. Wieters, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Still looking for his first major league hit. That will be taken high off Verlander. Verlander with 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. Orioles have no runs, 2 hits. Tigers 3 runs, 7 hits. Up high, and he falls behind and will walk off the back of the mound. He has only surrendered 20 walks in the 70 innings now that he has worked. 2-0 delivery. Again, that fastball that Wieters has seen, and that Verlander's been able to get by him.
Now, man, that's the old test of rookies. You throw them the fastball, see if they can catch up.
He dives there to center field. Granderson going back off the bat of Wieters at the wall. That's going to fall in. Wieters on his way to third base. Granderson coming in to get it. He'll hold up at third. First major league hit. Matt Wieters, a triple.
Well, you just kind of figured it'd be something special, didn't you? A triple off the wall in center. Fastball away, ball 1. Another fastball up. Swung and a missed at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball and didn't miss that one. 96, and he drills it over the glove of Curtis Granderson. The foot's down, the hands are back, and then he explodes and drives it. He had to be thinking that the ball's got a chance to leave the yard, but it was off the top of the fence.
And that will be fouled away. Now Nolan Reimold will try and get him home. Mom and Dad and family celebrating here. That ball was a shot to the deepest part of the ballpark at that 410 sign out there in the well in center field. Reimold, check swing, went around, home plate umpire making the call. Popped out his first time up. Wieters on at third, nobody out. Orioles a chance to get one here against Justin Verlander. And the 0-2 delivery. Slider up high, 1-2.
Yeah, you got to put the ball in play here. You've got the infield back. They're going to give you a run. They'll trade a run for an out. And you just got to grind and put the ball in play.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Slider taken outside. Tough pitch to take, but he did.
You know, Gary's done a good job of that. He's got pretty good recognition of breaking balls that are out of the strike zone.
Wieters had a couple of triples at Norfolk before being called up. 2-ball, 2-strike delivery. Reimold takes it up the middle. He's got a base hit. Wieters will score, and the Orioles are on the board. It's a 3-1 ball game.
Well, that's just a determined at bat by Nolan Reimold as he fights off the slider. He didn't crush it, but he placed it perfectly right back up the middle into center. This is a breaking ball that stays on the inside part of the plate. He took his stride, he kept his hands back, and he drives home Matt Wieters' first run of the ballgame.
So Reimold coming through for the Orioles. Reimold's got 11 RBIs in 16 games. And bunting for a base hit. That's a beauty is Torres. No play. Everybody's on. As Torres caught the Tigers back on their heels.
Boy, it's perfect timing, too. After you give up a base hit, nobody's thinking about the next batter. First run driven in, and as Torres, look at Inge. He's aware of it, but it's such a perfect bunt. Sardina comes out, Inge calls for it, and they both pull off at the same time.
Great play, and that will bring a visit to the mound just to try and break the rhythm here as their new pitching coach, Rick Knapp, is on his way out.
Well, that's exactly what this trip is. Going, wait a minute, let's slow things down a little bit. Triple, base hit, bunt, we got to stop things, and it all started with Matt Wieters' first major league hit. Rick Knapp delivering the defensive assignments here should Brian Roberts bunt, so the entire infield is on the mound. But it's also a chance for Justin Verlander to regroup here. We talked about the determined at-bats of this lineup. A little bit deeper lineup now with the switch hitter Matt Wieters batting 7th.
And his Torres hitting in the number 9 spot, and Reimold in front of him. Runners on at first and second base. Orioles trail 3-1. Still nobody out. Brian Roberts. Roberts will foul it away. He is 0 for 2. The Orioles offense has been magnificent during this homestand. There are the numbers.
And it includes being down 5-0. Being down by 5 runs to Roy Halladay. 5-0 in a homestand. 7 runs a game. Hitting almost 360. And they've hit over 400 with runners in scoring position.
0-1 delivery will wait. Verlander with a look back. Verlander during the last 6 starts has an ERA of .85. We'll keep noting that because the Orioles getting runs off him. You're doing it against the hottest pitcher in the game. Roberts a little late on it, fouls it back, and the count will go to 2 strikes.
Yeah, but it's good they have really caused Verlander to slow down. When he was so dominant early in this game, he was rocking and firing, getting the ball back from the catcher, getting a quick sign, and coming right at the hitters. The 3 consecutive hits here in the 5th inning have slowed him down.
Wieters the triple. Reimold the RBI single. Is Torres the bunt single. 0-2 count on Brian Roberts. And Roberts lifting one. So we've covered the ballpark in hits. One at the 410 sign. Then we went to the single up the middle over second base. Then one that went about 30 feet in front of home plate. Orioles have worked their way back in.
Yep, they had a 5-wood, a wedge, and a putter.
Good. They're par. Roberts, he's got a base hit into right field. Making the turn, Reimold will be held. Thomas has a strong arm, and the Orioles have loaded him up with nobody out.
This is a very confident team right now. They believe they can score runs off anybody. Brian Roberts with 2 strikes drills it right through the infield, right at the right fielder, and with nobody out, you can't gamble. Thomas throws the ball very well, right on the money to the cutoff man, and Brian Roberts, using those hands with 2 strikes, pulls it through the right side of the infield.
Ryan gets his first hit ever off Verlander. There's Reimold being held at third. Roberts was 0 for 11 prior to that base hit off Justin Verlander.
Aubrey Huff was 0 for 10 when he got his first hit off of Verlander tonight in the first at bat.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Here is Adam Jones, 0 for 2. He is grounded out and popped out. And the pitch is down low for a ball. You got the guy at the plate you want in this situation.
Unbelievable. 465.
Here's the 1-0 delivery. And that's down low, and Jones gets a hitter's count 2-0. Adam 0 for 3 with the bases loaded so far this year. Ground ball back to the mound. Got a chance for 2. There's 1, and they get the double play. An enormously important play here in the 5th inning.
Adams swings at a bad pitch with 2-0 count. Verlander makes a good throw to Sardina. The 1-2-3 double play. Couldn't come at a better time for the Tigers right-hander.
So now Nick Markakis, with the potential tying runs on, will try and find the 2-out RBIs. 1-2-3 double play. Markakis, a double his last time up, struck out his first time up, 1 for 2. Nick hitting at 298, 40 RBIs on the season. And he'll foul that one away.
A little bit better fastball right there, as that was 99 miles an hour, and Verlander's got a little bit extra for you now.
Verlander, a chance to get out of this inning with only a run in if he can get another out here without advancing the runners. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Markakis on the inside corner, 0-2.
2 best fastballs of the game. Verlander energized by that 1-2-3 double play, and this is a good delivery. A little bit extra on the effort as he throws that last pitch at 99.
Markakis is gone, and Verlander has a big inning. The Orioles will get a run. They do it on 4 hits. Will leave a couple on as Matt Wieters gets his first major league hit to start the inning, a triple, and would score. pages with all your favorite Oriole players: Nick Markakis, Adam Jones, Matt Wieters. You can get it here at the Yard or at Orioles.com, or you can call. First pitch bunted on and fouled off. It hit him while he was in the batter's box, home plate umpire says.
And Rayburn squared around, was hopeful that ball would be down, but a little bit up, and that's why he jabbed at it.
Rayburn had a single and an RBI his last time up, 1 for 2 in the ball game. He's batting at .256. Big inning for Justin Verlander to get out of that fifth. The Orioles had the first 4 on and end up getting just 1 run out of it, getting the big double play 1-2-3. So Guthrie will have to go back to work and hold the Tigers down. 3-7-0 for the Tigers, 1-6-0 for the O's. 0-2 delivery and the slider outside. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Jeremy's done a good job the last 2 innings, stranding 5 base runners. Bases loaded in the 4th and 2 more stranded in the 5th.
1-2 delivery and fouls that one back. Rayburn battling here with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Orioles with a 5-game win streak have to go back to April of last year. The 6 consecutive wins. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Got him. Boy, he's firing some strikeouts. He has reached his career high of 10 strikeouts in a ball game that he set against Washington in May of '07.
Yeah, and he's had good command all night long with his fastball down and away. Fastball away, slider away has been his most effective combination.
1 down in the 6th inning. And another strike delivered. Adam Everett. Everett has been hit by a pitch and grounded out. Bottom 3rd of the order. Misses outside with it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, that's a good note, Gary, because you've got to make sure you take care of this bottom 3rd of the order. Grind as hard as you can to go 1, 2, 3 in this part of the order.
Nick Markakis over near the line. Markakis will run out of room. And a 1 ball, 2 strike count.
You'd like to get Verlander back on the mound as quickly as possible and give your hitters another chance to get at him. Boy, did he pitch out of a tough situation. Made a great pitch on Adam Jones to get the 1-2-3 double play, and then struck out Markakis with a combination of the 3 best fastballs he's thrown all night.
2 pitchers going at it. Another good pitching duel. We've seen a couple of them already. 1-2 delivery in this series. That's away. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Orioles winners of the first 2 games against the Tigers. 5-1 in the opener, 7-2 last night. That is outside, and a 3 ball, 2 strike count on Adam Everett. Three-2 delivery. Takes it in the air to left field. Reimol's got room. 2 down. And let's look forward to tomorrow's pitching matchup, brought to you by M&T Bank, understanding what's important.
Edwin Jackson making his 11th start, off to a great start his first year in Detroit. He came to Detroit in a trade with Tampa Bay. Big arm, boy. He is a tough guy to give up, but Tampa Bay wanted some depth in their outfield. Got a young outfielder in return, and Jason Birkin looking to back up his first start. He won his first game as a big leaguer.
2 down, nobody on. 6th inning. Dane Sardina, the catcher. A 1-0 count on him. He has struck out twice in the ball game. And will take the fastball inside. Albers in the bullpen for the O's. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Towering fly ball. Reimold is under it. And he's got it. And Guthrie has a 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th here at Camden Yards. 3-1 Tigers.
Price gets his first major league win for the Rays today. He struck out 11 batters in that win. Also, Bud Selig, the commissioner of baseball, says he is keeping his eye on the All-Star voting because Manny Ramirez, who currently is serving a suspension for using steroids, is coming in fourth in the outfield voting in the American League. So he has a chance to make the team. And the commissioner said, quote, "I'd like to honor that, but we've been testing players for a long time, and it bothers me that someone would cheat the game." Gary?
Aubrey Huff on the ground ball, and the play is made. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the 6th. Huff retired.
Yeah, Bud Selig has talked in very strong words about not wanting to allow Manny Ramirez to come into the game. He will be activated the first week of July. He is now working out, taking batting practice, getting close to a rehab assignment. But that would be interesting to see how they handle that. And I don't believe he should participate in the All-Star game. I don't think he's put up the numbers worthy of being an All-Star.
Yep. Here's Melvin Mora. The commissioner said that while, as Amber said, he would be sensitive, he actually said it would bother me that someone would cheat at this stage of the game. He said, but I've got some time to think about this one. That's going to be a base hit into the left field corner. Melvin Mora, he'll stay at first with a single. Rayburn gets it in, and the Orioles, with 1 away, will get the potential tying run to the plate here in the 6th inning in the person of Luke Scott again.
Take a look at this beautiful swing by Melvin Moore. That ball well out in front of the strike zone. He's got that patented high follow through, and he drills it down the left field line. But again, we see the athleticism of the Tiger outfield as they got over, and Ryan Rayburn cut that ball off very easily and kept Melvin at first base.
Well, Luke Scott has had his chances in the ball game. He came up in the 2nd with a runner at second base and flied out. Came up in the 4th inning with runners at 1st and 3rd and flied out. Mora back to the bag. Now he's got a runner at 1st with 1 away. We showed you at the top the numbers that he has put up against this Tiger team. I mean, he just devastated them with home runs and average and everything else against the Tigers. Not yet tonight, and that one will be fouled away. Scott, since coming off the DL, is pounding out about a .680 average. He's had 6 home runs, 14 RBIs in his last 6 games. Consecutive 2-homer ball games. And the 0-1 delivery to him up high.
You can see how well he's seeing the ball. He doesn't take too many half cuts, too many check swings. He is on just about everything. He might be a little bit late from time to time, but not very often in this last week.
1-1 delivery to him up high. Before we leave the Ramirez All-Star thing, Buck, I did want to note, in fairness, Dodger manager Joe Torre was asked about it. Torre said, no, I don't think he should be on the All-Star team. And Torre went on to say, if you ask Manny, he would give you the same answer. 2-ball, 1 strike count. More on first base. Pulled a string on him right there. 2-2.
Yeah, he took something off it. It may have been a slower breaking ball than we have seen tonight, but whatever it was very effective as Luke was out in front.
One of the great virtues of having the 95 to 98 mile an hour fastball is that you can also have a great changeup. Breaking ball, foul back. I mean, hitters have to make such an adjustment, huh?
Yeah, and it can be 85 miles an hour and be effective. I mean, there's a lot of guys pitching in the big leagues with an 85 mile an hour fastball, and that's Verlander's changeup.
Orioles have had opportunities in the ball game. 5 stranded, 4 in scoring position off Verlander. Moore at first base here, 1 out. 2-2 delivery. Luke Scott takes it, holds his bat out there to show the umpire he didn't go around, and the count's 3-2.
And I assume the home plate umpire saw it all the way and was quick to shake his head. Nope, he didn't go at it. He had a real good look at it. There's the check by Scott, not close.
3-ball, 2-strike delivery. Scott fights it off. Against Verlander, a couple of hits and 8 at-bats for Luke Scott.
I don't think there's a better matchup in all of sports than a hot hitter against a hot pitcher, and we've got 2 of the hottest here.
hitting over 500 lifetime against the Tigers. 7 home runs. And another one he just caught up with, enough to foul it back. Still 3-2.
You know, if you're playing basketball, you got somebody to help you out on defense. If you're playing football, you got zone coverage. But in baseball, it's one-on-one.
The old mano-a-mano part of the game. Scott is hitting .330 overall now with 10 homers, 27 RBIs. 3-2. Moore is off first. And Scott lifts it in right field. That ball is way back, and goodbye home run. Luke Scott has done it again, and this game is tied.
Fastball, big part of the plate. Great swing by Luke Scott. What a streak he's on. You're going to see a beautiful extension. Look at his hands. They're all the way back when that foot hits the ground, and a great follow through.
I mean, really unbelievable. Off Justin Verlander. 6 home runs in the last 4 games. And the Orioles have tied it here at 3-3. And the pitch is taken inside. Here's Wieters, who got his first major league hit, a triple his last time up.
Luke Scott has hit 10 home runs against the Tigers in 10 games.
1-1.
Jimmy Lehner was asked before the game if his pitchers were confident about Luke Scott. Said, yeah, we know how to pitch him. We're just not making those pitches.
That's exactly right. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Fouled away. Here's the first major league hit for Wieters.
Back in the 5th inning against Justin Verlander. 96-mile-an-hour fastball came off the bat like it was going to leave the yard, right at the top of the fence in left center. That's his family celebrating as they're present for the first of many.
2-2 delivery to Wieters, foul back. So Luke Scott now with a 7-game hit streak, and during that streak he is hitting .680. He has scored 11 runs.
Excuse me.
He has hit 7 home runs and has picked up 16 RBIs.
.680.
Are you kidding? .680. 2-2 delivery, fouled off by Wieters. Nobody at .680. Not even in one game when you go 2 for 3 or something.
I tell you what, he came back focused, didn't he? And he knows his mechanics, boy. Keep that elbow in there. He fouled off a couple tough pitches.
Here's the 2-2 delivery. Wieters will take it up high. Verlander now is the one who's got to try and settle it down. It's only the 4th home run he's surrendered. All 4 hit by left-handers this year, as the Orioles, against the hottest pitcher in baseball, have tied it up. 3-2 delivery. Wieters fights it back.
We talked about how well this team is balanced in their lineup now, and they believe they can come back against anybody. Yeah, Roy Halladay was out of the game the other day when they were down by 5, but he pitched 7 innings, and they came back and scored 5 in the 8th.
Wieters fouls it away. Now, what's also happened here, Justin Verlander has gone up to 102 pitches in the ball game. Verlander throws a lot of pitches. His average is 104. He finished 2nd in the league last year, averaging 107. 3-2 delivery. Wieters got that one. That one's in the gap, right center field. That's going to go up and into the seats. It'll be a ground rule double for Matt Wieters.
Now, in case you didn't know, this is his 2nd day in the big leagues.
Triple double.
What a stroke. Fastball 98 miles an hour, and he turns it around. This ball is a shot to the warning track. One hops out of the park. Look at the foot down. The hands are still back, and it's only taken him a couple of bats to figure out you got to speed it up a little bit.
Tigers will take the timeout, and for the 2nd time in the ball game, Rick Knapp will be coming out to visit. Now, Justin Verlander, during the streak that he has been on, he's given up 7 hits to the Orioles in this ball game. Last time he gave up 7 hits was on April 27 against the Yankees. He had not given up more than 2 runs in his last six starts, and in 3 of those he'd given up none.
Now we talk about his last 6 starts. He had a 0.85 ERA. That's 6 games. 0.85. Most pitches he's thrown this year. He had 122 against Minnesota 3 starts ago. That's the season high.
Now Nolan Reimold with the potential go-ahead run on at second and 1 away. And a timeout was taken before the pitch. The catcher asked for it.
Yeah, that's important if the umpire indicates that, because you don't want Verlander to think that the hitter asked for it middle of the windup.
Reimold has picked up an RBI base hit in the ball game. All of this to the credit of Jeremy Guthrie, the Oriole pitcher, who got through the last inning, retiring the side in order. Bobby Say and Ryan Perry for the Tigers. Matt Albers is ready to go in the bullpen for the O's. Anything scored this inning, though, gets credited to Guthrie's night. 0-1 count, 1 down. Reimold takes it up high. 1-1.
And to his credit, Jeremy Guthrie took advantage of the bottom third of the order in that 6th inning. 1, 2, 3, strikeout, pop up, pop up.
Wieters getting off second base. Verlander's 1-1 delivery. Reimold will foul it away. 1-2.
Well, I'll tell you what, we are learning quickly that Nolan Reimold can hit strike breaking balls. He did it in his last at bat with an RBI single up the middle. He's got good plate recognition, and you see what he's done in his short career with runners in scoring position. 455.
Justin Verlander, 1-2 delivery. That one towards third base. Inge took a bad hop, and he still got it and gets the out. Good play by Inge to hang on to that. Want to remind you, the Cal Ripken All-Stars hosting the Valley Baseball League All-Stars Mid-Atlantic Classic July 15, Regency Furniture Stadium in Waldorf. You can come out and see it, and it'll be free. Game starts 7:05, home run derby 5:30. Donations will be greatly appreciated. That is going to be on July 15. More info at ripkenseniorcollegebaseball.org. 2 down. Wieters still out there at second base. As Torres a single and is lined out. He'll foul it away. Up to his average during this 5-game hit streak he has going now to 259. And as Torres with a base hit could give the Orioles the lead. Granderson plays a fairly shallow center. Left and right there pretty much back. Wieters will get a big lead at second. They're not even thinking about it. And that is up high. 1 ball, 1 strike count on his Torres. Orioles now 3 runs on 9 hits. Tigers 3 runs on 7 hits. A base hit away from a lead for the O's. Is Torres heat inside. 1-2.
He's still got plenty of velocity, but you have to wonder, he has pitched out of some tough jams, and you think back to that 5th inning and got out of a bases loaded situation with a double play and a strikeout, but he had to work.
Has retired the side in order only twice. 1-2 delivery. As Torres again fouls it away. The ball games, we talked about it last night, of late have just been really good baseball games. I mean, if you're a baseball fan, you love watching games like this because there have been some real battles. 1-2 delivery as Torres swings, misses, play's got to be made, and they get it. Strikeout number 5, Verlander, but in the 6th inning, Luke Scott has done
Chick-fil-A. Junior Orioles members receive tickets to 10 specially selected games, a dugout club hat, membership card, a free kids meal from Chick-fil-A, and an Orioles lunchbox. That's all for just $17. Plus, family and friends can purchase tickets for each game for just $6. And there are giveaways like tonight's exclusive Little League magazine. To find out more on the Junior Orioles Dugout Club, call the Orioles at 888-848-BIRD or visit Orioles.com. Gary?
Dave Tremblay, Jeremy Guthrie talking in the dugout after the great outing for Guthrie. He battled. He gave up a couple more home runs, but he had a 1, 2, 3, 6th inning, and now his hitters have gotten him off the hook.
So it'll be Matt Albers coming out of the bullpen to go to work here. And Jeremy Guthrie will leave. The 3-run, 7 hits, 5 innings, a walk, and a career-tying 10 strikeouts, 2 homers. As Granderson got 1 and Thomas the other, and an RBI single by Rayburn. Clay Thomas, top of the order. The homer, 1 for 3. 2 strikeouts on the other side of it. Here's the 0-1 delivery. He'll take that one to left center field. Hit it pretty good. Raimo going back. Warning track wall. Goodbye. Home run. A 2-homer ball game for Cleat Thomas. And the Tigers retake the lead at 4-3.
Cleat Thomas going the opposite way for a second time this evening. That's not a bad pitch. The running fastball. He's got to go down and get this thing, and drives it to the left of the bullpen. His earlier home run went into the bullpen in left center.
Well, we know he hasn't had a multiple home run game this season before today, because he only had 1 home run coming into the ball game. He has 2 in this game, and the Tigers retake the lead 4-3. No, Albers touched up, first batter face for the homer. Polanco's gone 0 for 3, grounding out all 3 times to the plate. And the Oriole pitchers, of all the things that have struck them this season, it has been the long ball, which has proven to be a real big-time hurt. They have cut down substantially in the walks that have been surrendered, but they are giving up the home runs right now at a franchise record pace. 3-0 delivery, and that is in there for a strike to Polanco. 3-1. Number 2 hitter for the Tigers. 3-1 delivery to him. Bunted it. Popped it up. Weeders right there. So Polanco trying to catch the Orioles flat-footed himself and didn't get it down.
Yeah, just got underneath it. And right now, Matt Albers not down in the zone the way he has been since he's been most recently called back to the big leagues. And he's had a real good sinking fastball. Pitch that Cleat Thomas hit wasn't a bad pitch. It was a fastball that was down out over the plate. Thomas went down and golfed it and kind of got down to it.
One away. Here's Ordonez. Nagley Ordonez on a breaking ball. He's continued his hit streak to 16 games. He has a double and a single in the ball game. And during the hit streak, hitting over 340 now. 0-1 delivery to him, and he's got another one. That's going into the gap. Nick Markakis gets there and holds him to a long single. So a 3-hit ball game, 3 for 4 for Ordonez.
Yeah, he had 3 hits in last night's game as well. 6 for his last 8 in this series. One of the best swings in all of baseball. A very short stride, puts that foot down and then throws the barrel at the bat. He always thinks big part of the diamond first, and he drove that pitch into right center.
So Ordonez is 7 for 12 against the Orioles this year. Pitch is taken down low. Here's Cabrera, drew a walk. Cabrera's 1 for 10 in the series. He's had a couple of strikeouts in this ball game as well. League leader in average when he came into the series, dropping down to 3. Puts that one in the air, right field. Nick Markakis is under it. 2 down. Back to first base, Ordonez and Curtis Granderson. No question that Granderson and Ordonez are having the big series here at Camden Yards. Granderson's got a homer, his 12th, a single, 2 runs scored in the ball game, 5 hits in 10 at bats in these 3 games, and that is taken for a strike. Four-game series that'll be wrapped up here tomorrow afternoon, 1:35. First pitch. Jason Birkin and Edwin Jackson, the scheduled starters. And his timing off on that one, 0-2.
Yeah, Matt Albers has that good curveball. They can throw it inside to left-handed hitters. They have a tendency to swing over the top of it.
And that one golfed out and fouled off. The home run against Albers in the inning by Thomas, the first that Albers has given up in the 13 games that he's worked this season, and 15+ innings. Curtis Granderson, 0-2 count, 2 down, runner at first base. That one to center field. Jones. And he's got it. So the homer by Thomas puts Detroit on top.
Tonight would be the night Matt Wieters got that first major league hit, and he came through.
It was a pretty good shot against one of the toughest pitchers in all of baseball. Watch this swing right here. Very powerful. Effortless almost. Fastball out over, just over the head of Curtis Granderson, center field. He cruises into third base with his first hit at triple.
So the Orioles have Wieters coming up later on in the game. He's 2 for 3 on the night. Orioles trail by a run. Let's head back to the booth to Gary and Buck.
All right, Jim, thanks very much. 4-3 ball game, 7th inning stretch time. Justin Verlander will stay out there. The Orioles able to get to him, but the long ball putting him back out on top, so we've got another great finish coming.
Yeah, we sure do, and I think the interesting thing is the way Matt Wieters got his first major league hit against Justin Verlander. You think about Nolan Reinhold getting his first major league home run against Mariano Rivera. They're not getting him off just anybody pitchers, and it's pretty impressive to see Matt Wieters adjust and catch up to those big hard fastballs from Justin Verlander.
At this point in the ball game for the Orioles, it may be just as well that Verlander's out there. Now, you wouldn't expect to say that, but with the bullpen that this Detroit team has and the way Verlander has been reached in the last inning, maybe that's the one the Orioles can get another run or two off.
Well, I think Jimmy Leland's probably going to go to the bullpen. I think that he's going to bring in Ryan. Yeah, he is going to bring in Ryan Perry, the big young right-hander, making his 20th appearance. And Perry, he's got the strikeout capabilities. And you just got to think that Verlander, pitching out of those tough situations in the 4th and 5th innings, really kind of wore himself down. But boy, what another masterful game by Verlander.
Brian Roberts will lead it off here, and Roberts will take the pitch outside. We talked about it earlier, how the bullpen of Detroit has made such a difference. While the starters' ERA has been outstanding, the innings pitched has only been in the middle of the pack in the American League. So the bullpens had to pick up innings, and they have done that and done it well and getting better.
Yeah, they sure have. And Ryan Perry, he doesn't have much experience, only 14 innings in the minor leagues last year before he made this team. But they have a healthy Samaya, a healthy Rodney, and they've got Brandon Lyon down there. So they've got a lot of good arms down in their bullpen this year. Quite a difference from what they had last year.
So the Orioles will try and come back again as Brian Roberts will foul that one off. Brian hitting at .307 now as he's picked up a single in the ball game. 1 for 3. 7-game hit streak that he extended it to with that base hit. Followed by Jones and Markakis, and Perry on the mound. 1-2 to Roberts. And that'll miss down low. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Ball game turned over to the Pens now with Albers after giving up the home run to Thomas. He becomes the pitcher of record for the Orioles. 2-2 delivery. Late on a fastball fouled away, and stay at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now Ryan Perry, he'll throw 97 with his fastball. His slider's getting better. Early in the season in April when they didn't have Zumaya, Perry pitched in the 8th inning situations and held his own.
Perry with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Roberts takes it away. Tempted so mightily, but held the bat back, and the count will go to 3-2.
Yeah, his body got a little involved in that last approach, and he was kind of upset by that. That's what he was slapping his bat at, and he just wants to make sure he's quiet and trusts his hands to get to the fastball.
Verlander with a chance to win his 6th of the year if Detroit can maintain a lead. And that's going to be ball 4, and that's what the Orioles wanted as Roberts gets the leadoff walk.
Take a look at Adam Jones and his at-bats to this point in the ball game, and his first at-bat that came in the 1st inning, and a good play as he hits it off the end of the bat, bounced it off home plate. Inge made a good play on it. Here's his 2nd at-bat. Again, this beaten a little bit by the high fastball. He popped up to the catcher in foul territory, and finally he hit into a 1-2-3 double play on a 2-0 count. It was a pitch that he didn't really want to swing at, went after it and hit it right back to Verlander.
Jimmy Leland, whatever he wants to say, is going to say it himself to Ryan Perry. You can bet he's not happy about Perry coming on and issuing a leadoff walk in a 1-run ball game to Brian Roberts.
Well, if you're going to make Jimmy Leland's team, he's going to treat you like a man, and you're going to find out just exactly what the job is. And you signed up for the work, you got to be anxious to work for the boss, and that's who the boss is, Jim Leland.
Bobby Say up for the 2nd time along with Joel Zumaya this time. So the Orioles get the potential tying run on. Roberts at first base. And Adam Jones, who's taken an 0 for 3, including a 1-2-3 double play, hit into in the 5th inning in what right now is a turning point in the ball game. And Perry's slider misses down low. Roberts will stay at first base.
It's difficult to do anything other than just see if you can't wait out Ryan Perry right now, because he's struggling with his command.
Roberts not taking a big lead at first. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Jones to center field. Curtis Granderson is there, and he's got it. So Jones retired, 1 away. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Bottom half of the 7th inning, Jimmy Leland made 1 visit. Now he's going to make another. So that will be it for Perry. He will come out of here having worked a 1/3 of an inning. Will be responsible for Roberts, the base runner on. And the Tigers are going to try and match it up now and get the pitching Well, the Orioles battling back again in this ball game. They now have 10 hits, out hitting the Tigers 10-9. Aubrey Huff, and will take it outside for a ball. Orioles tonight, you see the chances with a 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, that's got a lot to do with Justin Verlander.
1-0 count, one away. Inge is in at third base. That ball back at third, foul territory. Inge is there, and he's got it. And a big out retired as Say gets Huff 2 down. Let's see if Melvin Mora will get the hit against Say. He will not. So Jimmy Leland will come out and continue to make the moves here. He does not want Mora to hit against the left-hander Say. He'll go to the bullpen one more time here in the 7th inning. Verlander still the pitcher of record if Detroit can maintain this lead. We'll see when we come back as one of the most popular Oriole Park promotions returns. First 25,000 fans 21 and over will get the Orioles floppy hat presented by Miller Lite. Reversible hat with the new Oriole bird logo one side and the O's cap logo on the other. For tickets, 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. Joel Zumaya, first appearance in the series out of the bullpen.
12th appearance of the season. They are thrilled to have him back. His command is much improved. 2 walks, 13 strikeouts in 14 2/3 innings. Still throwing the hard fastball, but not trying to overpower the breaking ball.
Melvin Mora 1 for 3 off Zumaya with 2 down. Takes that slider for a strike.
And that's the pitch you're talking about. Big breaking slider. There was a time when he tried to muscle it and throw it as hard as his fastball, and it was ineffective. Now it's a very complimentary pitch to his great fastball.
Right-handers are hitting just 160 off him, 4 for 25. Orioles have runners at second and third, trailing by a run here in the 7th inning. Zumaya with the 0-1 delivery. 0-2. He's not worked since the 27th when he pitched against Kansas City, so he is well rested.
Now, he came on the scene in 2006 when the Tigers had that great postseason run, and he was throwing over 100.
Zumaya getting back off the DL on the 25th of April with that shoulder problem he had. Melvin Mora, 2 strike count. And Mora goes down swinging. So Zumaya comes on and gets the K. The Orioles, no runs a hit, will leave 2 more in scoring position. And the Tigers lead it by 1.
Justin Verlander and a great pitcher's duel. Guthrie tied his career high with 10 strikeouts. Curtis Granderson goes deep, number 12 on the season. Clete Thomas has hit 2, 3, and 4, and then there's the first major league hit for Matt Wieters. That came in the 5th inning, a triple. And Luke Scott continues that home run tear, his 6th home run in the last 4 games. And we've got a 1-run game here as the Tigers hit in the top of the 8th inning, 4-3. Guthrie with 10 strikeouts and Scott with his 6th home run in the last 4 games.
Inge will take the pitch for a strike. He has doubled, 1 for 3 in the ball game. He got out of an 0 for 13 with a double picked up in the 4th inning. Brandon Inge against Matt Albers. Came on in the last inning. Thomas got the homer against him, and Ordonez had a single and was stranded. Inge, Rayburn, and Everett. 6, 7, 8 for the Tigers here in the 8th inning. In a real grinded out game. 0-2 delivery by Albers to him, and that'll be inside for a ball. 4 runs, 9 hits. Tigers. Orioles 3 runs, 10 hits. A lot of base runners. 8 have been left on by the Orioles and 7 by the Tigers. One-two delivery, and Inge got jammed and fights it off.
Yeah, both starting pitchers did a heck of a job of pitching out of tough situations, and certainly the Verlander job in the 5th inning. He got a 1-2-3 double play off the bat of Adam Jones, and then struck out Nick Markakis on maybe his best sequences of fastballs in the entire game.
Albers and the 1-2. And Inge will take the slider away. 2 ball, 2 strike count.
Jeremy Guthrie did a great job in that 4th inning when he struck out Clete Thomas to strand the bases loaded, and stranded 2 more in the 5th to keep his ball club right in the middle of this game.
2-2 delivery on the way to Inge. Breaking ball in the dirt. And it will go to 3-2. Orioles got into a tie with Tampa Bay with a victory last night. The Tampa Bay Rays have beaten Minnesota today in a day game 5-2. 3-2 delivery on the way. Grounded foul outside the 3rd. Well, the Orioles will need to pick up a win here in order to stay even with Tampa Bay, as things really have tightened up in the American League East. The Yankees have taken over first place, half game ahead of Boston. Toronto's just a game and a half out coming into today, but Toronto beat Boston today again by a score of 6-3. That one down to 3rd and foul. So Toronto has moved 5-3 over Boston. Toronto's moved ahead of the Red Sox percentage points. So all of a sudden the East is very tight.
That sure is, and everybody seems to have concerns. They finally get Posada back in that Yankee lineup, and he is back behind the plate.
3-2 delivery on the way to Inge, and he gets a base hit. So Inge is on with a single, his 2nd hit of the ball game, a leadoff single in the 8th off Albers. Time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. The candidates tonight: Luke Scott for the 11th home run, 2 RBIs. Wieters picking up a triple and a double, his first major league hits, and Guthrie is solid. 5 innings, 3 runs, and 7 hits. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 51862. So each team's got 10 hits in the ball game. Rayburn a single and an RBI, and he has struck out twice. Runner at first.
Now you saw Gerald Laird just run in from the bullpen. Makes you think that there might be some pinch hitting going on down in the bottom of the order when they get to that 9th spot, where Dane Sardina is.
Couple of toss overs, wanting to keep that double play in order with Inge over there. Jamie Walker for the Orioles. First pitch on the way, chopped foul, got himself on the foot. Yeah. Rayburn hit that one right down.
Matt Albers got that great sinking fastball, and this ball really bears down and in on Rayburn. You can see how it bounced up. It might have hit him on that left knee. He got the shin guard on the lower part of that leg, but it did catch him on that shin guard a little bit.
1 strike count, Rayburn. 7 runs, 20 hits, 15 base runners left on. That's a lot of activity. And the other way for a foul ball and a 2-strike count on Rayburn. Oh, and 2. No attempt to go by Inge at first yet, and not running here. Slider outside. Wieters blocks it. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, this is a tough part of the lineup to do anything down in the order. You got a 1-run cushion. You hate to give up any outs and just play hit and run here with 2 strikes. Very difficult to do that. And certainly Inge is a good base runner, but not a great base stealer.
1-2 delivery. Ground ball to the hole. That's going to be a base hit. Found just enough room. And Rayburn is on with a single, and the Tigers in the 8th have the first 2 batters on. And in this 1-run ball game, obviously, anything scored here is big.
Yeah, it sure is. And now you got Adam Everett getting instructions from the third base coach, Gene Lamont. The Orioles expecting a bunt in this situation, and that's probably what you're going to get. Delivering the message orally to the shortstop, and he comes from a National League background. He's asked to bunt all the time, so he is quite used to this. They've got some options. Gerald Laird has come out on deck. He will bat for Sardina. So you would expect that Adam Everett's going to be asked to bunt here. Melvin Moore back to the mound to Matt Albers to make sure Albers understands where his responsibilities lie. Albers' responsibility in this play is to break off the mound toward the third base foul line in front of Melvin Moore.
5 sacrifices. Everett is the leader on the team in that department, and that's why they're going to try and get a play at third. None. And a great play by Brian Roberts to hold the bag. Mora stayed back, so Albers had to play it, and just gets Everett on the sacrifice, moving the runners up.
Well, the play was for Moore to break back to third and hope that Albers could get to it quickly. There goes Moore, but Albers can't get to the ball fast enough. The only play he has is to first base. And what a play by Brian Roberts to go across the base path, hold on to the ball, and maintain contact with the bag. It's a heck of a play. Brian Roberts not really sure where that throw is going to go.
Now with Laird announced as the pinch hitter, Sardina had gone 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, and Rick Kranitz will go out just to make sure. Now he'll run through Laird, the hitter, with the battery.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. Just a reminder to Albers and Wieters about Gerald Laird hitting for Sardina, the catcher.
Laird, as a pinch hitter, has gone 0 for 2. Playing regularly at .232 average. Couple of home runs, 13 RBIs. The infield will move in. Inge, the lead runner at third. Rayburn on at second, and 1 away. In this 1-run ball game here in the 8th inning, Orioles want to cut that run off if there's a chance. And Laird will take a strike.
Great pitch. Good sinking fastball down around the knees. That's what you want right now. Your infield is drawn in, and obviously you want to give them a ground ball if you can, so you keep the ball down and keep Laird from lifting it over their heads.
Albers with the 0-1 delivery, and that's going to miss inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Orioles turning to their defense now to try and keep this ball game at just 1 run. Albers and the 1-1 to Laird. Inside further, 2-1. Albers worked in the first game of this 4-game set on Thursday. He won an inning and a third with a couple of walks and a strikeout. Worked his season high 2 innings on Tuesday against Toronto. 2-1 delivery. Laird, a chopper, runners coming. Only play is going to be at first, and won't get him. As Torres wanting to hustle the ball to try and get a play at the plate, ended up not getting it at all.
Well, Gerald there really got jammed on that pitch and hit kind of a dribbler right toward the shortstop. Matt Alberts comes off the mound. You can see that Torres has got a shot at it, but it's going to be a tough play. He knows it's got to rush it with Inge running in from third base, and he can't get anybody.
Error will be charged to his Torres. The run scores. It is a 5-3 ball game. And now back to the top of the order. And Elber's not a whole lot of luck here in the 8th inning. So the Tigers have a run in. They've still got a couple on base and have taken a 2-run lead in the ball game. Now 5-3. Walker will come out of the pen with Thomas, a left-handed leadoff batter, coming up, who already has delivered 2 home runs in this game. Third after Guthrie had worked 6, giving up 3. Albers has been charged with 2 so far, and a couple on base. His responsibility as Jamie Walker out of the pen.
Jamie Walker last worked on Wednesday against Toronto, had a 1-2-3 8th inning. As the Orioles came back that day, the bullpen really did a great job of picking up Rich Hill.
Thomas, a big part of this game, 2 home runs.
Back in the 3rd inning, in his 2nd of the season, off Jeremy Guthrie into the bullpen over the head of Adam Jones. And then in the 7th inning, first batter Matt Albers faces, goes deep again to the opposite field, this time into the left field seats. His 2nd and 3rd home run of the season.
Walker's 0-1 delivery to him, squeezes on, and he didn't get it. And Wieters will chase him back and get the out. So Jimmy Leland went with a squeeze, and it was a suicide squeeze, and Rayburn is out of there.
Yeah, it's a time for a gamble. You can see the timing. The base runner at third base does a good job, but the batter bunts right through the ball. And look at Wieters hold on to this ball. He makes the base runner commit and then tags him out. Good play by Matt Wieters, not chancing a throw right here, holds it and gets the base runner to change direction and then puts the tag on him.
Laird goes down to second base, and the pitch is outside for a ball. So 2 down. Thomas at the plate, missing that one. Now his RBI chance is going to have to come on a base hit with a runner at second. 1-2 delivery by Walker, and that'll be taken down low for a ball. There's Laird, who moved down while the rundown was going on to get down to second base and get into scoring position. That could be a big play if Walker can get out of this right now, as Jimmy Leland was trying to get that extra run in. Thomas against the lefties coming into the game was 4 for 20, 200 batting average. That one drilled in the air to right field, way back. Markakis up, and Nick Markakis cannot hang on. Into second base with an RBI double. Thomas as Laird will score. And it is a 6-3 Tiger lead.
Boy, what a night for Clete Thomas as he delivers Gerald Laird after bunting through the squeeze bunt. He gets a breaking ball and stayed up high. Markakis goes up, never really got close to making a play, just kind of pins it against the scoreboard. Laird jogs home from second base, and the Tigers make up for that botched squeeze play, and Clete Thomas is the one that picked himself up.
Boy, what a night. 2 home runs, a double, 3 RBIs for Thomas in the game in the leadoff spot. So the Orioles will also continue to try and match up with Polanco coming up next. The Tigers have extended the lead 6-3 with a couple runs in, 2 down here in the 8th. Brian Bass will come out of the bullpen trying to find an elusive final out here in the 8th inning. Polanco is up. On at second base, Thomas, who got the RBI double. And that one to right field. Nick Markakis is under it. And Bass comes on one pitch and gets that out. So the Orioles now will have to battle back yet one more time. Luke Scott will be coming up along with Wieters and Reimold when we come back. This ball game, his 11th, came in the 6th inning, good for 2 RBIs. And Luke Scott against the Tigers is having a whole career.
He's hitting every game he's played against the Tigers, and not only hit, but hit 10 home runs, 21 RBIs, 19 for 34, 559.
Gerald Laird stays in the ball game. He will do the catching. And Luke Scott will stand in. and will foul the first pitch back. So now it's not just a matter of the one. Orioles have got to get somebody on base. Try and get him moved around. Joel Zumaya stays on. He came on and got the final out, striking out Melvin Mora in the 7th inning. And Luke Scott fouls another one back. A couple of pitches he tried to jump on there, and the count goes to 2 strikes. In the 8th inning, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 unearned, charged against Matt Albers, who in an inning and a third is charged with 3 runs, 2 earned on 4 hits. Walker worked a third of an inning, 1 hit. 0-2 the count on Scott. And got him. Zumaya, 2 batters faced and 2 strikeouts.
Now, Luke Scott didn't think that was strike 3. Take a look at the mass and pitch tracks. Looked like it might have been off the plate, but then Sonia rings up Luke Scott. It's certainly high enough. There's no question about that.
One down. Matt Wieters, first major league hit, a triple, and he scored in the 5th inning. He has also doubled. 2 for 3 in the ball game for the Oriole catcher. Orioles took a while to get to Justin Verlander. Reimold had an RBI base hit to bring Wieters home in the 5th inning. Up the middle, off the mound. Polanco running throw will get the out. And there are 2 down here in the 8th inning. Visit Orioles.com right now for your chance to win the Adam Jones Bobblehead Night VIP experience. 1 lucky winner, 4 VIP seats, VIP parking. The Mets will be here. It's June 17. And 4 passes to watch batting practice right down on the field. Don't miss your chance. You can enter today at Orioles.com. 2 down, bases empty. Nolan Reimold, a single, 1 for 3, 271 in his early major league career.
Well, you can see Zumaya is all the way back. He's got that electric fastball, and now he has toned down his breaking pitch where he can throw it consistently for strikes.
Here's the 0-1 delivery. Inside, outside, 0-2.
Took a little off that one at 98.
There was one reading we showed you that said 101.
Yeah, when he first came up in 2006, they had T-shirts that said 103.
0-2 delivery on the way, and foul tip. Another 101. Man.
There's Fernando Rodney, and he is quite the contrast, as his bread and butter pitch is a great changeup.
2 strike count on Reimold, 2 down. And Zumaya, that one to center field. Granderson, he's got it. Well, the Tiger bullpen working here. Zumaya in particular retires the side in order. Tigers up 6-3. is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your next trip at southwest.com. And by Honda. You can depend on your Honda dealer for great leases and low financing. We go to the 9th inning of a highly offensive ball game and a 6-3 Tiger lead. Magglio Ordonez will take the pitch down low. Already 3 hits. A 3-for-4 game for Ordonez. Now with the 16-game hit streak going. 287 batting average. Chops that one down to third. Mora's going to have to hustle a throw and gets it. Cabrera coming up.
We'll take a look at his at-bats tonight as we look at Expo and to give you a fine look at the swing. You can see he got beat by that fastball. That came in the first inning against Jeremy Guthrie. 4th inning, he chases a slider. See how far out in front he is of that breaking pitch. That was a strikeout second time. Then he takes ball forward in the dirt, another breaking pitch. And finally, in the 7th inning against Matt Albers, it's a fly ball. And then here in the 8th, in the 9th, he grounds out to Asturias.
So an 0-for-4 for Cabrera in the ball game, and 2 down here in the 9th inning.
It's his last at bat as he gets beat again with a good inside fastball for Brian Bass. Easy play for Asturias.
Cabrera's had only 1 hit in 12 at bats in this series, and he came in along with Ordonez as their second hottest hitter. Curtis Granderson, though, has made up for it. He's had a home run, a single, 2 runs scored, 2 for 4. 5 for 11 in the series, and the pitch is down low to him, 2-0. 12 home runs down, 29 RBIs. Couple of notes today in that Red Sox game against Toronto that Toronto won 5-3. David Ortiz played as the DH again, batting in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hole. 0-for-4. His average is now 185. 2-0 delivery is taken up high. Talent got the win for Toronto. Downs a save, and Penny a pretty solid 6. He gave up a couple of runs, earned runs, and 10 hits. Ramirez took the loss out of the pen. We follow that in the division as the Orioles obviously interested in what's going on. Boston, New York, Toronto, and Ortiz just not happening.
No, not at all. Closing in on 200 at bats. I mean, we're almost into June and he's hitting 185 and he's not producing anything.
2 more strikeouts today and left 3 on base himself. Foul back. And Granderson's got a 3-ball, 2-strike count.
I saw him hit 1 line drive to right field, and Alex Rios kind of shading his eyes from the lights made a good play. Nothing exceptional by any means, but that's how prolonged the slump has been when you talk about the line drive he hit.
Yep. 2 down here, nobody on. Top of the 9th inning. Curtis Granderson, ground ball to second base. Brian Roberts. So the Orioles have 3 outs to try and get at least 3 and keep this ball game going. It'll be Asturias. Roberts.
The Orioles need a little bit of that magic that they've had all week long.
So the Orioles trail by 3. They have 1 more shot at it. We'll be back following the game. Back to the booth and Gary and Buck.
And Jim and Rick, thanks very much. And now it's, as Buck mentioned, it's a whole new look as Fernando Rodney, 8 for 8 in saves, looks for another one.
Yeah, Rodney is a very, very different pitcher than Joel Zumaya, but doesn't really make any difference because chances are the same hitters aren't going to face the same pitchers. Boy, Zumaya was great. Retiring all 4 batters he faced, struck out the first 2 batters, had a 1-2-3 8th inning. Now he turns things over to the closer, Fernando Rodney. Rodney's got an exceptional changeup. He has the ability to throw it any time, and the bottom drops out of it, and he throws it with a tremendous arm action. Very, very difficult to pick up if you're a hitter. But he is on now trying to pick up his 9th save and make make Justin Verlander 5-0 for the month of May.
Rodney's got a streak going, 11 consecutive saves going back to last year with the 8 for 8 that he has picked up this year. He has surrendered nothing. Last 5 innings pitched, in which he's picked up 2 saves, 3 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Right-handers hitting 185 off him, and the left-handers at 256.
One thing that makes his changeup so effective is his fastball command has improved dramatically. So you throw enough fastballs, you get the hitters in a swing mindset, and then they chase that changeup whenever you throw it.
So Detroit trying to take game 3 of this 4-game set, while the Orioles will try and battle back here in the 9th inning. Torres will lead it off. A single, 1 for 3. A 5-game hit streak going for him now. And Rodney's pitch is in there for a strike. So the Orioles will get back to the top of the order. Roberts and Jones at least. Rodney out of that high set. That's going to be up the middle, and another base hit. Torres has a sweet stroke going right now. It's just contact, hole, base hit.
He's doing a lot of things right. He had a bunt single in the 5th inning that really made the situation difficult. And right here, leading off the 9th, that's what you're supposed to do. Get on board. Get something going bottom of the order, and he's turning up the line, turned the lineup over a couple of times tonight.
You saw how much he choked up. He was up about a couple of inches on the bat, just trying to punch it through. So he's on with a single. Brian Roberts, a single, 1 for 3 and a walk. 7-game hit streak for Roberts. Brian is 2 for 4 off Fernando Rodney, and is taking a pitch for a strike. Well, the Orioles trying to mount a 9th inning rally. That is their 11th hit. 3-11-1 for the Orioles. 6-12-0 for the Tigers. And a strike taken. Rodney throwing strikes, 0-2, and Brian Roberts.
Yeah, and he's come with a couple of fastballs, and that's the difference in Rodney. He's got confidence to throw a fastball now, and his fastball is pretty good. It's 95-96, and then the changeup is his put-away pitch.
Double play depth for the infield. Outfield back. 2 strikeout, runner off first, ball in the air, left field. Abener's there, and he's got it. 1 away. Roberts retired. Updating you in the voting for the AT&T Player of the Game. Here's how it's gone so far. Wieters on top with the triple-double and the first hit of his major league career in this ball game. Scott, Wieters, or Guthrie, you can still cast your vote A, B, or C to 51862. Results and O's Extra. Post-game show coming up. 1 down. Here's Adam Jones. He's had an 0 for 4. Hitting at 352. Rodney's pitch to him is a fastball that will miss down low. Has a 6-game hit streak, not extended in this ball game. There's Torres on at first base. Orioles need another to get that potential tying run up. Down to first, right off the end of the bat. As Torres will go to second, but the out recorded at first by Cabrera, and there are 2 down.
Yeah, that was a changeup right there, and you could see it was just cued off the end of the bat. Rodney's got that devastating off-speed pitch. And boy, oh boy, you talk about an improvement with the command of his fastball. He's going to really make some hay with that great changeup. Pretty good combination. Zamaya for 4 outs, and then over to Rodney. It's been a good combination for Jim Leyland all year long.
34,567 the attendance here at Camden Yards tonight. Good ball game, and the Tigers with a big 7th and 8th inning, getting the home run by Thomas in the 7th, and then adding 2 more, 1 on earn in the 8th. Nick Markakis fouls that one straight back. 2 down, bottom of the 9th. Albers would take the loss if the Orioles do not come back. While Verlander's got a chance to go 6-2 on the season. And Rodney looking for his 9th save and 9 chances. Markakis, 1 strikeout, 2 down. That one, how did he get out of the way? It did not get him.
Yeah, I thought that hit him. Just taking a look at where the ball was going. Markakis does his best escape out to get out of the way of that thing. That was headed right for his rib cage, as the Exmo shows you the effort it took to get out of the way of that.
He has had 1 hit in 4 times up against Rodney, and that was a home run. As Torres at second base, 2 down, 1-1 delivery. Down to 3rd and foul, got jammed again, 1-2.
Well, you can see that with that late swing, they've got that changeup on their mind. And Rodney threw that last pitch 99. So now you really got to battle. Just try to keep the inning alive here.
One ball, 2 strike count. Aubrey Huff hoping for an at-bat, waiting on deck. Rodney. And the 1-2 delivery. And Markakis fights it foul. (6-3) Tiger lead. Boy, this has been a grinded out game.
Well, the one thing you have to remember, the Tigers came into this series leading the Central 26-21. They're 3.5 games up in the Central. Verlander looking to go 5-0 for the month of May.
And the 1-2 delivery on the way. Markakis, it's spin on it. Long throw by Everett. And he got him, and this one's in the books. And the Tigers come away with a 6-3 win, with the final game of this series coming up tomorrow. And it'll be Jason Bergen taking the mound against Edwin Jackson. Our coverage on Masson 2 at 1.